All right, you guys. Well, unfortunately, the inevitable has happened. The old two-stroke did its thing, and the top end blew. It blew during Easter when we had some family over, and they went out for a ride, and yeah, blew the top end. Now, I haven't really checked. This is the first time while I'm on camera that I'm even gonna look into it, but I wanna say I'm suspicious. No. So I thought that maybe, I don't know if you can see in there, but this line right here is what feeds the premix from the tank in the back. It feeds the two cycle oil via the pump, and then mixes with the gas. So I don't gotta mix it myself. I'm not a fan of that. I've always pre-mixed my own, at 32-1, but I just decided, hey, I'll give it a shot. And it seemed to have been working for now, and I didn't think of it as being an issue, but I want to say that might be the suspect as to why we have a blown top end. Not only do we have a blown top end, but we have a seized bike. It still rolls, changes gears, goes in neutral, so I know the bottom end is fine. Either way, I wanted to split the cases on this bike, which is I was kind of sending it if you've seen my previous video, and that's what happened. So today I'm gonna take the top end off. We're gonna give it a little inspection and see what's going on and see what we're gonna do from there. I don't know if I'm gonna split it apart right away, but I don't know. So I'm gonna set you guys up and we'll get some time lapse going and get this filmed. All right, you guys, check out this carnage. Oh, look at that hole right in the middle of the piston, right on top. So clearly that's why it's seized. One of those little chips must be stuck in the crank. So we're going to continue on. So these top ends on two strokes are actually very easy to redo or rebuild, which is why I prefer to own two strokes. I don't mind the four stroke, but dealing with valves and correct valve spacing and the correct spring, I don't know, the timing chain, there's just a lot. Top of my head I can't think, but I rebuilt a LTZ 400 and I put a new timing chain, big bore top end, and it was very difficult. This, I mean, I'm only like 20 minutes in and I'm already almost completely ripped down to the top end, and they're fairly cheap to work on. Okay, everything's off, so head should now slip right off. Let's see. Wiggle. I'm not too concerned if I tear the gasket because the kits come with new gaskets. Let's see. Cylinder head actually doesn't look too bad. The surfaces are actually still very smooth. There's a little material up here from piston. Maybe I'll try hone that out because this is an OEM head. Or the rebuild kit I was looking at does come with a new head as well. A new cylinder, sorry. Check this out, guys. So, hole in the piston, clearly. Looks like it just got too hot. I don't know if this was a cheapy piston. I don't even remember, honestly. I had it sitting in my garage. But you can see, if I can get the light in here, there's little bits and pieces of piston, which is what's caused the crank to seize. So I'm pretty confident that I can get the piston shards out and clean it up and get it free again. But if I do that, order a new top end, I guess my thought process is, what good is that going to be if it's going to blow again? I don't know if you can see, but she leaks quite a bit of oil, and that is due to the fact of it having a bad oil drain plug. The previous owner, I guess I tried doing an oil change and they over tightened the threads and it snapped the case on the casting. So the threads for the bolt, half of the threads are gone. So as of right now, there's a very long bolt in there with some Teflon tape, and then they JB welded around it. I took that bolt out, did a fresh oil change before I did the top end, but it still leaks. these bikes don't hold oil pressure, so it's not a big deal that it leaks. It's more of a nuisance, honestly. But since I have it to this point, I'm just gonna go ahead and we'll take the whole motor out. I'm gonna split the cases, put a new crank, new seals, new bearings, and I'm gonna see if I can find the right side case for cheap. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Maybe I could even take it to get the case fixed. I don't know. Maybe that's a possibility. But yeah, so instead of just cleaning it up, rebuilding the top end, I think it makes more sense to pull this motor out and go from there with it. It's almost there now. There's only the chain, couple of motor mounts, some hoses, some vent lines. I mean, it's pretty much there. So I'll get this bottom end out, get the engine spread apart. I gotta order the rebuild kit. The one I found online, it has there's actually two different kits. There's a Weisico crank, piston, bearings, everything. It's a Weisico kit. It does come with a new cylinder head. That one's about $550 online on eBay. I did see one that had like a Pro X piston and a Hot Rods crank. So yeah, I'm not sure which one I'm gonna order yet. I'm gonna go hop on the computer now and we'll figure that out and I'll order it up. But check this. I got all the parts. So this guy was gonna get rebuilt. I have that kit already. I'm gonna wait on rebuilding this guy because the blaster, for me, the blaster, it's more fun. I can't ride this. This guy is gonna be for my son, so it's not a priority. Me and the wife both go out and ride. So the blaster is kind of priority. So yeah, I kind of have it in parts right now. Here's the head and cylinder. We got the FMF, I got plastics. So I'm gonna clean all this up. I'm gonna organize it, get it in some Ziplocs and label them so I don't lose any parts. And then we're gonna order up the head for this. I'll set you guys up real quick again, and I'm gonna pull that bottom end out. Alright guys, sorry about that, but the GoPro did die. I'm hot and sweaty and pretty gross. So, piston fried a hole right through. You can see shards of the piston in there. Right now it is seized because those shards are blocking the crank from spinning. As I stated earlier, I'm pretty confident that I can get these shards out. I can make it free up and give her a send with the new piston and cylinder. But I think I'm gonna go a little deeper than that, because let me show you. Here's what I've been telling you guys about. If I can flip this with one hand. Let's see, give me 1 second, guys. Okay, so those threads are cracked going on into the case. It's JB welded on right now, but there's a crack in the actual case itself, and this big bolt right here is just kind of threaded up in there. I don't know. The case over here, none of this is cracked. It's just the threads, and the piece to the threads is actually under the JB weld. So when I remove the JB weld, I will go ahead and show you guys what I'm dealing with. I don't know if it can be saved. I don't know if I need to get a whole new case, but I am gonna split these cases anyway. Look at, she's not happy. She's leaking quite a bit. So we're gonna put new seals, new gaskets, new bearings, new main bearing, the works, and get this bike in its glory again. Because right now, her baby, her heart, is sitting on my workbench. And if you ask my wife, if you ask her, things that come to my workbench usually don't leave my workbench. But she will. So I want to order the parts right away. That way I have, it probably won't get here till, let's see, today is Friday. It'll probably get here around Tuesday of next week. So I could probably do the rebuild around Friday or Saturday, depending on how my work goes. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to order the kit. We're going to give her a full rebuild. Hopefully I can save the cases, and you know, with that down there, I'll make another video showing you guys when the teardown process. So I think that's what I'm going to do, is just give it a full rebuild. And I think on the frame, give it a pressure wash. It's in really good shape, actually. Doesn't really need any paint. Just needs a good pressure wash, good cleaning. But on the next video, I will take this guy apart, do the teardown. If you want to see that, I can film that whole process. But there's tons of videos on how to rebuild a blaster motor. So I'm gonna tear it down, split the cases, put all new parts, so it doesn't end up a victim of my workbench that, according to my wife, is the workbench where things go to die. So yeah, so till next time, guys, like, subscribe, I really appreciate it. If you want to see more content like this, this is what I like to do, and this is what I'm going to continue to do. So till next time.